I just turned 23 and I feel so lost. I've been contemplating as to why I feel lost suddenly, because just a few years back I felt like I had it all figured out. But now that I am into the actual adulthood and when money comes into the picture, everything just changes. And I was like, is it the same for all of us or is it just me? I've always dreamt of living a comfortable life, having a cute little small aesthetic apartment where I'm sipping coffee from my balcony and having a studio apartment and having it all figured out. All I wanted was to live a comfortable and a happy life, but I realized that to get there, you need to do so much. And I was like, should I really face all of this? And all of this existential crisis started hitting me, and I was like, I need the motivation in order to work hard and get there, but I am not having enough motivation every single day to be working hard. And it's just this whole spiral of thoughts as to how do I even get there if I don't even have the motivation to work hard. Sometimes it's like you just want to be delusional and live in your small little happy world, but I know that all those days are over and I just feel like crying sometimes. And also, I'm 23 right now and I've seen so many people my age attain so much more than me, and all of these questions arise as to why have you not achieved so much in your life? Is it you, or is it your surroundings, or is it your parents, or is it your upbringing? There are so many questions that rise and you just feel like a very hopeless and a very underachieving person, and you start questioning everything that you've done throughout. When I was young, I used to look up to elder people just living their life out there, and now I am 23 and I see people younger than me doing everything that I've always wanted to do. And sometimes you just start thinking, is it me? Like, am I the one being in the wrong here? You just have a lot of questions, and even though you're actually doing everything that you have to do, you always keep questioning yourself. And I think that's how your 20s will go, because you're still figuring it out and you're still learning a lot of things and you still have so much time to achieve. And at the start of all of that, you feel too young to achieve great things, but also at the same time, you feel too old in order to start creating things. And that's where your confusion arises, and that's where your existential crisis arises as well. And this month, right before I hit 23, I wanted to get my life back together. So I sat down and I tried writing all my goals and what all I have to achieve, and I completely went blank. I was like, excuse me, like I had so many dreams before, but now even to think about them, even to write them down felt so unrealistic, because somewhere deep inside I feel like I can't be able to do it. I don't know how, but over the years I've lost the capability, I've lost the hope I had in myself, and that just seems so sad to me. And I was like, there are people out there creating vision boards and living their life, and what am I doing? I'm not even able to write my goals from my heart because I think I am not capable of achieving them. That seemed very sad to me. So what I did was, I don't know if you guys have seen this person called Twinkle Stanley. She's an influencer. So I follow her both on Instagram and YouTube. So she had made a video where she has explained everything about vision board and how she manifested all of her dreams through her vision board. So there was one point which she made in that video, and that was, instead of making a vision board for the next 5 years or for the next 10 years, just make a vision board for 1 year and make all the realistic goals that you think you can achieve. And once you make them and once you are successful in manifesting them, you'll get more hope, and the next year you can up level your dreams and your vision board, and it just will build your confidence. And that made so much sense to me, because these 5 year, 10 year goals, I personally don't believe in them, because I know that over the next 5 years, you're going to change so much as a person that your goals might also change here and there. But making a 1 year goal, 1 year vision is something that is not gonna you're not gonna change a lot in 1 year, right? So that made a lot of sense to me. So what I did was I sat down and I wrote everything that I felt I was completely capable of doing. It felt realistic and felt that I can achieve. I went to Pinterest and I downloaded a few images which matched my dreams and I just put them up. And looking at that, it felt like, I can do this. It is possible. And that gave me so much hope. So, what I learned was not to have a long term goal, but to have short term, 6 month, 1 year goals where you can actually achieve them. Having a 1 year plan which you're able to achieve is much better than having a 5 year plan which you're not able to achieve. So, this particular thought put so much sense in me, and I finally felt like I had my life together. So that's what I did. That's one thing that blew my mind, and that's one thing that I'm really happy that I did. If you're also someone who's feeling lost and you're not sure about what to do and where to start, I would suggest you to first of all declutter your mind. So to declutter your mind, you have a lot of things you can write down, you can meditate, you can go out for a walk, you can just basically, it's about making yourself feel more relaxed and be at a more relaxed and a natural state. And then ask yourself, what is it that you really want from life, and write down all of your goals for the next 6 months or for the next 1 year and start working towards them. You can have these 21 days consistency plan where you're either exercising every day, or you're reading a book every day, or developing a new skill every day. Anything. Staying consistent is something which is very important, and you cannot depend on motivation for staying consistent, because I know motivation keeps coming and going. It's like waves, but if you have the discipline, it is possible for you to achieve, because discipline is something which is under your control. You do not have to depend on motivation, but motivation is something that is not under your control, because it just keeps coming and going, so you can't really rely on it. So even if you're not feeling motivated, if you have the discipline to do the things that you have to do in order to achieve your goals, you will reach somewhere else. And that's what I learned. So never depend on motivation, but depend on discipline is something that I have learned. So this is how turning 23 looked like for me. A lot of life lessons and a lot of learnings, and a lot of sad and happy lessons, learnings. If you're someone who's also going through the same thing, going through a life crisis, existential crisis, I hope you first declutter your mind and sit with yourself and be true to who you are as a person. And I hope you're able to achieve the goals that you've always wanted to do. I really hope you liked this video, and if you did, do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and stay tuned for more.